guys, and welcome to part 2 to my guide to Good Omens, and this week I was going to talk all about the cast of Good Omens because this cast is the cast of my dreams. Honestly, so many actors in this cast are my favourite actors. The actors I've been following since I was a child, the actors I've been in love with since I was a child, and now they're in a Terry Pratchett adaptation. I can't believe my luck with this cast. Honestly, I'm so excited. There are no words to describe my excitement for this cast, and I have to share it with someone. So, here are the highlights of my favourite actors and the best casting for Good Omens. Oh my god. The first person I have to talk about is Crowley, because obviously Crowley is one of the main characters and his casting was the first I heard and the one that sold me on this entire show. Because Crowley is being played by David Tennant, as in David Tennant, the 10th Doctor. My Doctor. The one I will always call my Doctor, my favourite Doctor, the man who got me into Doctor Who and basically made my childhood what it was, being a massive Whovian. And now he's playing Crowley. He's playing the demon Crowley, who is an angel who didn't so much as fall but vaguely saunter downwards, who dresses all in black, is vaguely morally grey, sort of semi-evil, and drives a classic Bentley, and is generally a really good time while also being ginger, which is one of my weaknesses when it comes to characters and men in general. Ginger, don't know what it is, but he's playing a ginger character who's a demon. I literally heard the words, David Tennant's playing a demon called Crowley in a Terry Pratchett adaptation about the apocalypse. Didn't need to hear anymore. Honestly, that's all I needed to hear. I was sold, and I'm so excited, especially seeing as David Tennant has now just said that apparently there's an eeny bit of the 10th Doctor in his Crowley, and that is just so exciting for my Whovian heart. It may be more than my Whovian heart can take. Honestly, it may be more than my Whovian heart can take right now, but David Tennant's playing Crowley. David Tennant's playing Crowley. And then after Crowley, you always have to have Aziraphale because they are a bit of a package deal, and Aziraphale is being played by Michael Sheen. Now, Michael Sheen was a bit of a left field one for me, if I'm honest, because I grew up watching Michael Sheen as Lucian in Underworld. I was definitely too young to be watching Underworld when I watched Underworld, but I was a gruesome, gory child who absolutely loved vampires and werewolves, so yeah, never mind. It was a thing, and it's still one of my favourite film, series ever. I still love it. And with it as well, one of my favourite characters was Lucian. He's only in 2 of the films, but I absolutely love him because he is the evil werewolf who's trying to kill everybody else. He's a bit of a psycho, but I absolutely love his story and his backstory and his reasoning for why he's doing everything he was doing. And quite frankly, there's something about Michael Sheen as Lucian that was quite attractive to me. I don't know if it was the all in black messy look or what, but I was totally here for it. And to be honest, the only other thing I've ever seen Michael Sheen in was in Twilight when he played Aro of the Volturi. He was one of the Volturi. He was the head Volturi. So basically, the only things I've ever seen Michael Sheen in is where he's playing an evil supernatural character. So to know he was playing the inherently good angel Aziraphale. So yeah, that's why I felt that maybe Aziraphale wasn't correctly cast, but then obviously I learnt that Neil Gaiman only ever wanted Michael Sheen for this role, and funnily enough, I wasn't the only one who thought that Michael Sheen would have been better off maybe as Crowley, because Michael Sheen himself, who is a lifelong fan of the book, thought that Neil Gaiman wanted him to play Crowley and was like, I'm sorry, I don't think I'll be good for Crowley. And it wasn't until Neil Gaiman went, no, we want you to play Aziraphale, that Michael Sheen actually signed on for this. But in Neil Gaiman we trust, and after seeing the trailers, I am in full agreement because I think Michael Sheen is an inspired choice. He embodies Aziraphale so well in those trailers, and I cannot wait to see him for the full 6 episodes because I am absolutely certain that he is going to be brilliant in this role. The next person I want to talk about is the Archangel Gabriel. He is not officially in the book, but he was discussed for the sequel, hence why he's now in the TV show, like I explained in my previous video. And the Archangel Gabriel himself is being played by Jon Hamm. Now, to be honest though, I haven't really seen Jon Hamm in many things. I think he was in that Doctor show with Daniel Radcliffe that I can't remember the name of right now, but Apart from that, I can never remember if I've seen him in anything because I always confuse him for Jason Isaacs, but I know that he is also another lifelong fan of the book that Neil Gaiman wrote this role specifically for. So again, I'm completely trusting Neil Gaiman here. Obviously, from what I've seen of the trailers with Gabriel, I know that Jon Hamm is smashing it. And I'm just really excited to see what Jon Hamm does with the Archangel Gabriel. Because to me, the Archangel Gabriel has always been Richard Speight Jr. in Supernatural. And obviously that Gabriel and this Gabriel is going to be so different. But I'm sure Jon Hamm is going to do an absolutely incredible job with Gabriel. And I can't wait to see this alternative idea of him and how he fits in with what's going on in the TV show. Onto the humans now, because obviously I should probably talk about a few of the humans, especially one of the most important ones being Agnes Nutter. Now, Agnes Nutter is the prophetess who actually wrote down everything that was going to happen, that everybody's trying to find the book of, so they actually know what's going to happen in the future, so they know how to stop the apocalypse, or actually start the apocalypse. And Agnes Nutter is going to be played by Josie Lawrence. And now she's one of these actresses that I know I've seen in something, but can't remember for the life of me what it was. So I'm definitely going to be IMDbing her when the TV show's on, because it's going to bug me until I know. But apart from that, I know that she also played Agnes Nutter in the Radio 4 dramatisation, so she's the only person who's actually been asked back to play the same character in the live action version. And to be honest, if you've been asked to come back after you've done the radio show to actually play the same character again, you're probably the right casting for it, to be honest. Another really important human character has to be Madame Tracy. Now, Madame Tracy is a part-time medium and courtesan who lives across the road from Agent Shadwell, and she's a really, really important part of this whole story, and she's being played by Miranda Richardson. Now, Miranda Richardson, everyone's going to know if you love Harry Potter, because she plays Rita Skeeter in the films. So naturally, she has that very sort of similar chaotic energy to Madame Tracy, which I'm really excited to see. Obviously, they are very, very different characters, but I feel like they give off the same sort of energy about them. So I'm so excited to see how this turns out, because I love Rita Skeeter in the films, and so to see this actress in another role that's sort of similar, but very much not in some sort of weird, complicated way, I'm really excited to see what she does with this role. And apparently the Aziraphale scene with Madame Tracy is absolutely amazing. And quite frankly, that is the scene I'm most excited to see, and I cannot wait to see how Miranda Richardson handles it. But the human character I'm most excited for is Newton Pulsifer, because Newton Pulsifer is being played by Jack Whitehall, and I grew up watching Jack Whitehall on QI and Mock the Week and other comedy panel shows, and his own comedy, like, DVDs and stuff. So I am so excited for this, because Newton Pulsifer is quite a funny, geeky, dorky character who gets himself into a lot of trouble, and Jack Whitehall does very similar comedy routines and stuff like this, and I'm just so excited for him to be in this role, because I know that quite a lot of his comedy routines are actually about, like, acting and stuff like this, and how he was acting throughout childhood and trying to beat Robert Pattinson to the main role because they went to the same school together and stuff like this. So I know he's going to be absolutely perfect in this role, and I cannot wait to see what he actually does. With Newt, I can't actually see anybody else in this role, quite frankly, and I'm just really excited to see what he does with acting, because I've never really seen him act before, but I reckon he's going to be really good. Now, there's actually only one other human I want to talk about, and that is the Antichrist's mother, because while the Antichrist's father is being played by Daniel Mays, who is a very well-known actor, I'm more interested in his mum, because his mum is being played by Sean Brooke. Now, I have watched Sean Brooke as Euros Holmes in Sherlock, and I absolutely loved her in that role. She was absolutely brilliant, and she was also brilliant playing Ophelia alongside Benedict in Hamlet, and I thought she was an absolutely brilliant actress, and to see her getting more roles, even though they're quite small roles in these big TV shows, I'm just really, really happy for her, and I'm really glad to see her in another thing that I haven't really seen her in before. And she's actually also joining a couple of other Sherlock cast members that I will be talking about in a minute that I'm really, really excited for. But back onto the supernatural characters, because there's quite a few actors playing supernatural characters in this that I am screaming with excitement over. And the person I'm going to start with is Death, because Death is one of my absolute favourite characters Terry Pratchett has ever written. I love him in The Hogfather, I love him in Morts, and I love him in Good Omens. Technically in Good Omens he's a separate character but looks quite similar, and he has a different role in this, and he's got a bit of a different personality. But either way, I was still so excited to see that Death was also going to be in Good Omens. But the question was, who was going to voice Death? Because I had a couple of ideas here. I wanted either Benedict Cumberbatch, Tom Hiddleston, or Ian McKellen. I had no one else in mind, or actually Brian Blessed. I'm telling a lie. I also wanted Brian Blessed because you needed that deep, booming voice that really commanded respect. And I think those four have that perfect voice for it. These were the only four really that I thought could give the original Death in The Hogfather a run for his money, or at least live up to that expectation I had for Death. But in the end, it wasn't any of those four, and I was semi-disappointed till I realised exactly which Brian Cox this was, because Death is being played by Brian Cox, like I said, not the physicist though, like I originally thought, and I was a bit like, weird choice, but okay. But it's actually the actor Brian Cox, and again, I was a bit like, who are you? Until it was pointed out to me that this Brian Cox, the actor, played Stryker in the X-Men films. You know, the original X-Men films with Hugh Jackman and all of that origin storyline? That Stryker is voicing Death. Stryker from the X-Men of my childhood is voicing Death. I am so excited because, again, this is another fandom that's being hit into Good Omens here. I've got Doctor Who, I've got Sherlock, I've got the X-Men, I've got Terry Pratchett. I couldn't be more happy. And obviously, half of these actors are also MCU actors. I mean, perfection, absolute perfection. It was such a left field casting for Death as well, but I'm so excited to see him. I know he's going to absolutely smash this role, and he's got the perfect voice for it as well. So I know it wasn't actually physically on set, Death was motion captured, but at the same time, I know his voice is going to be brilliant. I absolutely know his voice is going to be brilliant, and I know he's going to do justice to the character. And I really can't wait. I really can't wait to see him. My only thing with the whole thing with Death is the fact that he doesn't have the blue lights for eyes. Because in the books, he's specifically said to have blue lights for eyes, just like he does in the Discworld. And that's the only thing I haven't seen in the trailers. Obviously, that could be something that turns on later or something, I don't know. But either way, that is the only thing I'm slightly iffy on about the character of Death. But either way, I'm still so excited for it. And to be honest, if that's my only problem with it, they're doing quite well, to be honest. Speaking of Doctor Who actors are also turning up in Good Omens, I have to mention Derek Jacobi. Now, Derek Jacobi is playing Metatron, who talks to Aziraphale. He's one of God's army or something. He's one of the high-ranking angels in heaven, and he's the one who talks to Aziraphale. And to be honest, I hadn't really thought about the voice of Metatron at all for casting whatsoever. But the minute I heard Derek Jacobi, aka Professor Yana / the Master from Doctor Who, was involved and was voicing him, I was ecstatic because I loved Professor Yana. I absolutely loved Professor Yana. It starts off one of my favourite 3-part episodes of Doctor Who ever, because I'm obsessed with the Master. I absolutely love the Master and Missy, if I'm completely honest. But Professor Yana was such a cool, fun character, and to know he's going to be also in Good Omens playing one of the angels, so excited. He's one of the big hitters of the BBC as well, and big hitters in England. I just can't wait to see him. I'm so excited. I think he's also physically appearing, because I'm pretty sure I've seen him in the green screen room. I'm 90% sure that's true, or it could just be his voice, but either way, so happy. And also on the heaven front, we have to have the voice of God. The voice of God is not actually in the book, but the voice of God in the TV show is going to be voicing all of the footnotes throughout the book and sort of semi-narrating things. So, they had to get someone really big for this who could play God really well. So, they got Frances McDormand. They got Oscar-winning actress Frances McDormand to play God. That's right, God is a woman. God is a woman in Good Omens, and that is just incredible. I didn't think they were going to go for that. I didn't even realise they were going to have a voice of God in the show. I thought they were just going to go with, like, just Satan or something and some of the angels, but no, they've gone full out and got God involved, who is going to be voicing, obviously, like I said, all the footnotes from the book, which are hilarious. Now, I've never seen Frances McDormand in anything, if I'm completely honest, but considering she is an Oscar-winning actress, and the fact that in the year of our Captain Marvel and women power, we've got God as a woman, don't need to hear anything else. Honestly, I don't need to hear anything else apart from that. That's fine. That is perfection to me. I don't care about anything else. God is a woman. Perfect. But the question is, who can go toe-to-toe with Frances McDormand's God as Satan? And this is the one I'm most excited for. This is the one that nearly had me crying with joy. Literally crying with joy when I heard this casting. Because the casting for Satan is Benedict Cumberbatch. That's right, Benedict freaking Cumberbatch is playing Satan in Good Omens. I mean, I am horrendously excited for that. I just thought he would possibly voice Death. Look, that's where I saw him being cast. Honestly, that was where I saw him being cast as Death, if he was going to be anybody in this TV show. But he's voicing Satan. Admittedly, a character who's in it for 5 minutes, but he's voicing Satan. He's actually in it. It was so left field for me because I was absolutely certain that they were going to get Tom Ellis to play Satan, because Tom Ellis is in Lucifer, obviously playing Lucifer, which is a sort of spin-off, semi-based off Lucifer from the Sandman comics, which Neil Gaiman wrote. So I thought they'd do a fun sort of connection universe thing and make Satan Tom Ellis, who is obviously his Lucifer as well. And I was convinced of this. I was utterly convinced of this, and I was like, if anybody else plays Satan, I'm going to be really disappointed. Then that casting announcement came, and I screamed. I literally screamed, nearly started crying, absolutely freaked out, had an absolute moment, and now he's playing Satan. My favourite actor is playing Satan. Sherlock Holmes is playing Satan. Doctor Strange is playing Satan. Smaug the Dragon is playing Satan. So damn excited. I nearly cried. I mean, I'm going to watch that on the day. I'm going to get to that 5-minute bit with Satan, and I'm going to scream the place down. I'm going to lose it. I mean, it's just his voice. It's not even his face or anything. He didn't motion capture it. They haven't really made him look like Benedict or anything like that. But it's his voice. The voice of Satan is my favourite actor. I can't comprehend it. I cannot comprehend it. Literally, he's going through a list of every single thing I want him to be in right now. Been in Sherlock, which admittedly I wasn't really caring about until he turned up in it, and it sort of made me fall in love with him and everything else. He's been in Marvel. He's been in Star Trek. Again, he got me into Star Trek, but there we go. And now he's been in a Terry Pratchett adaptation. I couldn't ask for more from him right now, apart from more Sherlock. But that's also a group effort from everybody else, which we won't talk about right now, but my favourite actors in Good Omens playing Satan. My favourite actors in Good Omens playing Satan. I'm so excited. I am so excited. I've got to calm down now because there's a couple of other mentions I have to talk about right now, but oh my god, my favourite actors playing Satan. But like I said, there are actually a couple of other actors I have to mention in this. First one being Mark Gatiss. So officially all 3 Holmes siblings are going to be in Good Omens, because Mark's cameo is going to be playing a mysterious bookseller with his friend from the League of Gentlemen, Steve Pemberton. So they're both going to be in it. But also to complete the League of Gentlemen, Reece Shearsmith is also going to be in this playing Shakespeare. And then we've also got 2 other actors that I'm quite excited for, because Doctor Who and Sherlock fandom references here, because David Morrissey is also going to be making an appearance, and he was the guy we thought was going to play the 11th Doctor in that weird Christmas special where someone thought they were the Doctor but they actually weren't, because they had that weird thing and there was the Cybermen and everything. I can't quite remember everything because I haven't watched David Tennant's last 5 episodes because they upset me too much, but he's also going to be in it, so there's another little mini Doctor Who connection here. And also we've got Jonathan Ares is also going to be turning up in this, and Jonathan Ares is Anderson in Sherlock. That's right, another Sherlock actor is turning up in Good Omens. It's Anderson, but I quite like Anderson. So I'm really excited for this as well, because we've got so many Doctor Who actors, so many Sherlock actors, and so many Marvel actors. It's everything. It's my cast of dreams. It is my literal cast of dreams. I've been saying this ever since sort of David Tennant turned up, but to know all of these actors are going to be in it, I'm obsessed and I'm in love and I can't wait. I'm so excited to see all of this cast together. I know quite a few of them aren't really going to interact with each other, but either way, I am ecstatic to know that they're all going to be in this. I really am. I can't comprehend the level of acting talent and actors in this show. It's going to be incredible and I can't wait. My God, there's a whole load of actors in this, but they are my top highlights. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below with your favourite actor who's going to be turning up in Good Omens and who you're most excited to see. I'll also leave a link down below to all of my social media if you want to check out. And if you want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here and over here with the link to my previous video. But until next time, guys, bye.